The biggest problem today with language learning apps is that many don't actually teach you the fine details that you need to learn, such as grammar. However, after I received strong words of recommendation to try this app called LingoDeer that apparently teaches you grammar and provides much more in-depth guidance along the way, well, of course I had to try it. And here is what I found. It's fantastic. That's it. Cut. Done. So, is this finally the app that you've been waiting for to teach you a new language? Well, ultimately that's up to you. But since you're here and all, why not allow me to show you why I think this app is fantastic, how it meets the criteria that I feel is crucial in learning a new language, and what you can expect if you choose to download it yourself. Let's get started, shall we? Now, upon opening the app, the first thing that you'll clearly see is that the curriculum is huge. Look at all these sections. And to top it off, once you make it through all of this, there's an entirely new level with plenty more sections waiting for you to go beyond the standard curriculum. Plus, the app even provides you a helpful travel phrase book, which even includes some practical dating advice. Now, we all know that Japanese is not all phrases and vocabulary. It also includes 3 new writing systems to learn: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. So, how does LingoDeer help us out in this department? Check this out. When it comes to hiragana and katakana, the app provides a dedicated section that not only teaches you how to read and pronounce each character in either writing system by flipping this handy switch right up here, it also shows you the stroke order so that you can learn to write each one properly. Also, if you really want, you can view the entire chart for a complete reference to all the characters in the writing systems. Now, for those of you saying, hey, I already know hiragana and katakana, what about kanji? Well, I have some good news. LingoDeer actually provides an entire section covering 100 common kanji characters for you to learn. Here you can scroll through, reference the characters, watch as the app demonstrates how to draw each one, and even practice drawing them yourself, with guidance or unguided, if you really want to test yourself. Another great feature included in this section is the favorite marker. If you get stuck on any particular character, you can simply just add it to your favorites, enter the flashcard review mode, and review only the characters you had highlighted. Pretty awesome if you ask me. Now that you've seen the massive scope of what this app will actually teach you, I'm quite excited to show you what I consider to be the most important part of any app, and how LingoDeer really got this right. How this app actually teaches and guides you through each section. Check this out. Once you enter any particular section of study, to access the guide, just simply swipe over to the tips and open them up. As you can see, the included guides and tips here are rather detailed, including easy to follow examples, various tables and charts, the whole works really. And the best thing of all is as you play through each section, you won't encounter many uncovered surprises that would typically occur in various other apps, leading you to anger and confusion. It's all explained right here, and that, simply put, is great. One more thing to mention regarding this guide is whenever you find yourself stuck within the heat of gameplay, you can always just tap this book icon right up here to quickly reflect upon all these instructions so that you can complete the lesson with ease. Now, if you're too lazy to browse through this entire guide, then simply tapping on the word that you are struggling with can quickly bring up an interactive explanation of that specific part of the phrase you are stuck on. Or, in the case of an audio example, you can just click on these arrows right on the sides here and have it walk you through the phrase step by step with detailed explanations. Now that you have seen how well the instructions have been implemented into this app, thank you. What about the fun part now? Gameplay. When it comes to gameplay, you can expect anything from blocking in phrases, full-on spelling using individual characters, listening and reading practice, filling in blanks. Now this one here I love, removing incorrect pieces of a phrase. Next up we have the classic matching images to words, matching vocabulary from English to Japanese, inserting pieces of a phrase in the correct spot, and even selecting responses to conversations. Another thing worth mentioning here regarding gameplay is that the lessons are quite customizable. For example, I always found it super annoying trying to play an app when I didn't have headphones to listen to the audio-only examples in public. Now, a handy solution to this problem is to just simply turn off the audio-only methods of practice with a simple switch, allowing you to play anywhere, anytime, in silence. Another annoying thing I found in other apps is being forced to speak the phrases out loud, especially if the only time you have to study is late at night when you don't want to wake the baby. However, it is good to practice speaking the phrases when you can. So I love how this app actually leaves you the option to speak when you want and only when you want. If you wish to speak, just simply tap the microphone button and give it a try. If you don't, no harm done. Just move on, it ain't mandatory. The last customization options quickly worth mentioning here can all be accessed in this quick settings menu up in the corner here, allowing you to change up the written characters, font size, and audio playback options to customize the app in whatever way works best for you. Now when it comes to actually learning the content within each section, throughout the regular gameplay and the standard levels here, you will get enough practice to master the content. However, if you wish to challenge yourself or you just need a bit more time, there are some additional options available. Now the first method here is the bonus story at the end, which includes a simple slideshow that guides you through a story using words and phrases from the content within the section. You can simply watch and follow along, or you can practice reading, filling in the blanks, or even speaking along with the story yourself.
これは何?
Aside from stories, you can also replay each level regularly, in a more advanced challenge mode, or even in the form of a timed quiz competing against your high scores while racing the clock, which is quite fun. Now all of this is great for standard review, but in my opinion, an app that only provides you specific lessons to play through again and again gets boring and is most likely only going to help you out in the short term. If you really want to succeed in the long term, having a solid review system built into the app that you can customize to your current needs will greatly increase your ability to retain the information and keep you coming back to continue learning. Now lucky for us, LingoDeer has really thought this part out. Let's now take a quick look at all the review tools within the app. Now the first and obvious method is the vocabulary review included within each section, allowing you to review and even interactively practice the new unique vocabulary within each section. Now as much as this is useful, personally, I feel this system is far less effective than a solid flashcard system when it comes to memorizing vocabulary. And it just so happens that within the dedicated review tab of the app, you can click on this crazy deer head button to access just that. A solid flashcard system that, in my opinion, is worth the cost of this app alone. Not only can you practice the vocabulary of all the sections you have beaten, you can also improve your grammar by including or singling out the phrases by selecting what your focus of study will be. Another great feature is that you can narrow in on specific sections or include multiple that you may be struggling with, and also set a limit of cards to include throughout each practice round. Now, although all these features are quite powerful, to make flashcards truly effective, you will need more than just good organizational options. You'll also need a good rating system to mark the difficulty of the cards you are reviewing, as well as a way to modify the display of the cards from revealing only the translations or the Japanese. So to change the display to your preferred method, just open the settings and change your display to either Japanese first, English first, or none, and just have audio playback. Also, below the display options, you can also set the autoplay on or off to hear each word being spoken as you see the card. I had this feature turned off as I prefer to just tap the phrase if I wish to hear the pronunciation.
事務室
Now, I could go on and on about how much I love the system of flashcards in this app. However, there are some other methods available for review that we need to cover here. So going back to the main review tab, you can also see we have a 5-minute quiz, which literally times you for 5 minutes while challenging you with as many random questions as possible to test out your knowledge and rack up some high scores to beat next time. Next up, we have the vocabulary mode, allowing you to review a list of terms from any specific or all sections so far unlocked within the app. Here you can also select specific words from various sections to practice, or you can set at the top if you want to practice a random number of words, or even just the terms that the app knows you're weak with. Very useful feature here. The next mode to cover here is also the exact same thing, yet this time it focuses on grammar, allowing you to practice building phrases based on the sections you had completed so far, to work on those grammar skills, and of course, at the same time, review vocabulary as you go. Last but not least, in the review section, we also have what are called knowledge cards, which is literally a collection of grammar-based flashcards, teaching you various grammatical building blocks to quickly review and reflect what you had learned from completed sections so far. Now, this mode also allows you to favorite specific cards from the entire collection for quick and easy access to the more difficult subjects that you're currently struggling with. Now, before concluding this review, I couldn't leave out the stats and accountability features within the app. So going down to the Me tab below, here you can access all your stats, achievements, XP, and wait for it, daily streaks. In addition to all of this, you can also check out the leaderboards to see how you stack up against all the other competition out there. And by the looks of it, I got some work to do. In this section, you can also set the daily goal that you wish to hit and see your overall progress throughout the course so far. So with all that said and done, what do you think? Is LingoDeer the right app for you? If you're anything like me, you might feel your hand beginning to twitch, demanding that you go and download the app right away. I don't understand what's going on as I already have the app. Well, that was weird. Anyway, in conclusion, if you're looking for an app to help you learn a new language, I believe LingoDeer is a great option, providing you a solid curriculum that will challenge you just enough, great guidance along the way, amazing review tools, including a super powerful flashcard system, and just overall a fun experience. Now here's the thing, there must be a catch, right? Well, yes, precisely $100. But honestly, after seeing everything this app provides you, is $100 really too much to ask for lifetime access? In my opinion, not at all. By the time you beat this thing, it might just work out to maybe a penny an hour or far less. Well, anyways, if you're still skeptical on purchasing this app, you can also just download it on the store and play the first couple sections for free and test it out for yourself. If you like it, buy it. If not, then don't.
Do it! Do it!
If you enjoyed this walkthrough, then check out the link in the description below, which will take you to a more detailed written article on Japponline.com. And also, if you like this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you would share it with others, like this video, leave me a comment or question below, and let me know what you think of the app. Have you tried it yet? I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. Also, if you wish to see more videos providing you additional language learning tips, or plenty more lessons teaching you the Japanese language, then be sure to subscribe to this channel so you won't miss out on any of those videos in the future. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I wish you all the best in your language learning journey. See you next time.